Well, good evening, everybody. Tonight I am bringing you the second installment in the little series that I concocted a couple weeks ago, using hot sauces as marinades. So, in this little series of mine, I pick out two hot sauces from my collection. In this case, we've got Kita Davo PIRI-PIRI with garlic sauce, and then TNT Spices Tropical Heat hot sauce. I picked two sauces out of my collection that I think would go nicely as meat marinades. In this case, I've got two chicken drumsticks. Marinate one drumstick in the one sauce and the other drumstick in the other sauce. And I actually think I need to reverse these. All right. So these are very, very different sauces. Very different sauces. They're going to be served over some ramen noodles. These are mie sedap, Indonesian sambal hijau mie goreng noodles. All right, that's a mouthful. But I'm not going to be reviewing those in this video. I just thought that this would be a nice ramen to serve these chicken drumsticks over. But I'm going to talk about this in another video. So anyways, let's get past that. The meat of this particular video is going to be comparing the flavor of the Tropical Heat hot sauce and the PIRI-PIRI with garlic hot sauce over chicken drumsticks. Let's go. All right, so I am all set up. I'm ready to talk about each of these sauces. So this is a sauce that was recently sent to me by TNT Spices, but I've actually had this sauce for over a year. This is just my replacement bottle, and this actually isn't the one that I used to marinate the chicken in. It is the same sauce, but I thought, I would just sort of briefly promote the very cool new cover art for this one. The other one, has like a pineapple on it, but it doesn't have like a cool leering cartoon pineapple with a bunch of, what are those there? With a bunch of apples and peaches and, tiki torch. So yeah, we got some cooler art here. And I'm really happy to have a nice fresh bottle of it. And I'm glad that I finally, thought of something that I really, really wanted to do with this sauce, which is marinate chicken. It probably would be really good on pork too, but I don't have any pork thawed out right now. And I'm sure it'll be nice on, chicken. There are a lot of things in this sauce that are sort of tangentially related to different Caribbean sauces, like a Caribbean chicken jerk sauce. There's some overlap in the ingredients there, and a few, things that you wouldn't get normally in that type of sauce because it's made by TNT Spices, and they are mad scientists, and they throw all sorts of crazy, all manner of ingredients that you don't think should work together, but they always end up working together. So this is a very complex, interesting sauce, as everything by this company always has been, and I really cannot wait to see how it does over a chicken drumstick. So let's read a little bit about this. Let's try the chicken. So, again, there's a story behind every TNT Spices sauce, but I'm not going to take up time in this video reading it. Go to their website. You can read the story there. All right, the ingredients in this are pineapple, mango, peach, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, maraschino cherries, red bell pepper, beer, ghost pepper, Thai chili pepper, Carolina Reaper pepper, lemon juice, olive oil, butter, cinnamon, salt, allspice, clove, and ginger. You would be hard-pressed to find a single thing in the list of ingredients there that doesn't promise to be delicious over chicken. All right? And I'm thinking, wow, imagine like basting a Thanksgiving turkey for that with this. Wouldn't that be an interesting holiday? All right. So I'm just going to kind of tear off a piece here with a fork. A piece of this beautiful chicken. That's a really big piece of chicken. All right, I'm going to nibble off one end. So I'm going to do it in two parts. It's that uniquely tropical, that Caribbean blend. Because the two things that are jumping out at me in that immediately are the cinnamon, the allspice, in combination with the pineapple. That's what I'm tasting. that punchy tropical fruit juice flavor. Wow, I cannot speak right now. That punchy tropical fruit flavor mixed with those fragrant spices. That is jumping out at me. Oh, it's really good. I let this marinate for about 5 hours. I feel like I probably should have given it like at least 12, probably even a little bit longer, because you see that the texture of this sauce is very thick. All right. And marinades tend to be thin. All right. Because that allows the liquid to seep into the flesh a little bit better. So the sort of mild flavor that I'm tasting in this chicken drumstick is probably more attributable to my own failings than anything having to do with the sauce. And I think the solution to this problem is on the next couple bites, just like focusing on the external part of the chicken. Oh yeah. Yeah, because in that bite, because that was like, I'm just doing the externalities here. In that second bite, now I'm tasting the brown sugar, in addition to those warming spices and that pineapple. All right. The meat was not particularly infused with heat, although there was a little tingly heat there. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this had Carolina Reaper in it. Yes, it did. It has Carolina Reaper and it has ghost pepper and Thai chili pepper. It's got beer and honey too. You know what? I'm tasting little hints of some of those things in there. But again, this is a very thick sauce. All right? It's probably more of a base than a marinade. And if you are going to use it as a marinade, you got to give it a long time. You got to use a lot of the sauce, and you have to give it, minimum 12 hours to marinate, because I only gave it 5. But probably longer, probably like 16, 20 hours. All right. Then you're going to have an absolutely delicious thing. This is still very, very good. This is very good. And some of the wonderful things that are in this sauce are reflected very, very nicely in the flavor of what I've got here. But yeah, the conditions would have need to be a little bit different for this to be elevated above a 7, which is what I'm going to give it. Okay. Kita d'avo, PIRI-PIRI with garlic. Now this is, as you can see, quite a thin sauce. It was the best of the 3. So a really weird story behind this sauce. I got 3 of these PIRI-PIRI style sauces at a Michael's. So I got them at a craft store at a post-Christmas discount. So they were selling these 3 packs of these, PIRI-PIRI sauces from Portugal. And apparently they didn't sell enough of them, so they had to, get rid of them before they reached their expiration date. So they got rid of them via, there's a little aisle leading up to the cash registers at a Michael's. They had a bunch of these marked down to, I think it was like $9 or $10 for three 5-ounce bottles of sauces. That's pretty good. Or are these 5-ounce? These are 3.2 fluid ounce, but still, 3 hot sauces for $10. That's a steal. And they were all interesting, but this was easily the best and immediately the one that I thought of when I was like, okay, one of those PIRI-PIRI sauces would make a good chicken marinade. Which one is it? This one. Very flavorful, very garlicky, very salty. So this has in it garlic paste, distilled vinegar, bell pepper paste, habanero pepper mash, cayenne pepper mash, sugar, ground cumin, ground ginger. There's nothing in that that's not doesn't just scream this is going to be good with chicken. So yeah, can't wait to try it. Here we go. Take another look at the pretty chicken drumstick. There we go. Oh yeah. This is going to become, whatever I don't eat of this tonight is going to become a Nando's style piri-piri chicken sandwich tomorrow for lunch. Hell yeah. Mmm. Now, while this is not an authentic piri-piri sauce, because it doesn't have piri-piri peppers in it, all right? It's got bell peppers, habanero peppers, and cayenne peppers in it. It's the other things in it that make it piri-piri style, not the actual peppers in it. It does have nice pepperiness mixed with garlic. Just the right amount of vinegar, and very vinegary hot sauces always work better as marinades than they do for like dipping sauces. All right, so a thin, salty, vinegary, peppery, garlicky sauce like this, perfect. It is in its element when it's marinating chicken. That is an easy 8, an easy 8. And I think, oh, I got a little bit of noodles here. All right, well, just for good measure, let's try the chicken again and see how well it mixes with these mie goreng Indonesian noodles. Oh my god. That is so good. First of all, that ramen is fantastic. Fantastic. That's why I wasn't going to discuss it in this review. Because, I mean, I'm going to need another 5 minutes to talk about that particular ramen. That's for its own video. But that's really, really freaking good Indonesian style mie goreng ramen. And the piri-piri sauce, fantastic. Fantastic. The Portuguese figured it out when it comes to designing one of the most perfect sauces on earth for chicken. This is great. All right. So this went from being an 8 when I just, over the chicken when I just tried it by itself. It's like an 8.5 or a 9 now. Fantastic sauce. And this one is still good. But, again, the conditions need to be a little bit different for this to be the winner of this competition. And I'm thinking other meats, it might go better over. All right, so if you got some goat or lamb or beef or pork, I'm pretty sure all of those would probably slightly edge out in terms of how the flavors in the sauce complements the meat in question that it's marinating. Slightly edge out chicken. Okay, just what I had handy. So still a good, very, very good sauce, but in this particular context, this is the clear winner. All right.